People don't reject you because you look poor. They reject you because you look like you need something from them. And nothing terrifies humans more than need. The moment you stop caring, people start caring. The moment you need the text back, you lose the person. The moment you need the deal, you lose the leverage. This isn't about money. I'm not insulting anyone who's struggling. I am exposing a signal the world uses against youth, the energy of need, and I am going to show you how to kill it. You can be wearing expensive clothes, driving a nice car, living in a good apartment, and still smell like need. Because poverty isn't about your bank account. It's about your energy. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that energy looks like, why people avoid it, and how to kill it before it kills your future. Let's start with the hard truth. Humans don't hunt with teeth. They hunt with decisions. We don't prey physically. We prey socially through offers, access, and respect. We walk into a room, and within seconds, our brains are calculating who has power here, who needs something, and who can we ignore. It's not conscious. It's automatic. And the moment someone senses you need the deal more than they do, the price changes, the respect changes, the entire dynamic shifts. Think about it. When you're buying a car and the salesman smells desperation, what happens? The discount disappears. When you're in a job interview and you're too eager, what happens? The salary offer drops. When you're texting someone and you double text, triple text, explain yourself, what happens? They ghost you. This isn't cruelty. It's psychology on incentives. Humans are wired to move toward strength and away from weakness. And need screams weakness. But here's what most people don't understand. You don't communicate need with words. You communicate it with everything else. Your posture, your pace, your tone, your eyes. Watch. A needy person talks fast, over-explains, apologizes constantly, smiles too much, leans in too close, checks their phone nervously. An abundant person speaks slowly, states facts, never apologizes for existing, smiles when it's genuine, maintains space, and keeps their phone in their pocket. Same words, different energy. And energy is everything. Need talks fast. Power talks slow. If you chase, you pay. The one who can walk away wins. Try this yourself. Say this sentence 2 ways. Let me know by Friday. One time like you need it, and one time like you don't. Same words. Completely different reality. Let me tell you a story. I once watched 2 people pitch similar business ideas in the same room, same week. Person A said, So, I have this idea, and I think it could work. Maybe, if you're interested, no pressure. But if you want to invest, that would be amazing. I really need. Person B said, Here's the opportunity. Here's the data. Here's the timeline. Let me know by Friday if you're in. If not, no problem. Guess who got the money? Person B didn't need the investor. Person A bled need from every pore. The investor didn't choose the better idea. He chose the better energy. Because here's the secret. Most people don't invest in ideas. They invest in certainty. And need is the opposite of certainty. Now let's talk about the real scarcity. The kind that has nothing to do with money. You want to know what emotional scarcity looks like? It's the guy who makes 6 figures but still asks, Is this okay? Are you sure you're not mad? Sorry to bother you, but hopefully this works for you. It's the woman who waits for validation before making a decision. It's the person who posts every single move online, fishing for likes, begging for approval. Rich people don't ask for permission to exist. They assume it. People stuck in scarcity apologize for breathing. Listen to how people speak. The permission seeker says, Would it be okay if I was hoping maybe you could? If it's not too much trouble, sorry, just checking in. The self-authorized person says, I'm doing this. Here's the plan. This is happening, following up on our discussion. Same intention, completely different frame. One person is asking for the right to take up space. The other person already owns that space, and people can feel it. Here's another poison, over-explaining. Scarcity energy explains everything. Why they're late, why they chose that restaurant, why they can't make it, why they need the money, why they deserve the opportunity. Powerful people. They state facts and move on. I'll be there at 3. Not, I'll try to be there at 3. Traffic is bad, but I'm leaving early. So hopefully I make it. But if I'm late, I'm so sorry. It's just that, stop. The more you explain, the more you're asking for permission to exist. The explanation is a payment. Don't pay when nobody asks. But permission isn't just in your words, it's in your body. Watch how needy people move. There's the head tilt when they speak, asking, Is this okay? The shoulders shrink, making themselves smaller. The micro-laugh after every sentence, softening the impact. The fidgeting hands that can't stay still, the eyes that dart away when challenged. All of this screams, Please don't hurt me. Please accept me. Please validate my existence. Compare that to someone who assumes permission. Straight spine, still hands, Steady eye contact. No nervous laughter. No apology in their posture. They're not aggressive. They're just not asking for permission to be there. And the worst form of scarcity, needing people to like you, the person who checks, who viewed their story. Deletes posts that don't get enough likes, changes their opinion based on reactions. Posts their every move for validation, fiches for compliments. Fiches for compliments. This is scarcity. Not because you're broke, but because your self-worth is broke. You've outsourced your value to other people's opinions. The powerful man doesn't post to prove he exists and assumes you already know. The poor man asks. The powerful man assumes. Now let's go deeper. Why do people actually ignore you when you radiate need? It's not personal. It's systematic. Here's how human brains work. We don't evaluate people independently. We look at how other people treat them. If nobody respects you, others assume there's a reason. If everyone respects you, others assume you're valuable. This is why first impressions are everything. Because respect is not earned slowly. Respect is granted instantly, then confirmed later. You walk into a room, slouched shoulders, avoiding eye contact, nervous laughter, and people file you under ignore. Not because they're evil, because their brain is saving energy. Your brain processes thousands of microsignals every second. It can't afford to evaluate everyone deeply, so it uses shortcuts. Confident posture equals competent. Slow speech equals authority. Eye contact equals trustworthy. Need energy equals avoid. Is this fair? No. Does it matter? Also, no, because you can either complain about the game or you can learn the rules. Here's the brutal part. Once people start treating you poorly, it cascades. One person disrespects you. Others notice. They follow suit. It's a social permission slip. If he can treat them like that, so can I. And suddenly, you're the person everyone feels comfortable ignoring. Not because you're worthless, but because the pattern has been established. But here's the good news. The cascade works both ways. Treat yourself like you matter. Others notice. They adjust. When you stop accepting disrespect, people stop offering it. Not immediately, not everyone, but consistently and powerfully. All right, enough diagnosis. Let's talk about the cure. And no, it's not fake it till you make it. That's amateur hour. Here's the framework. Scarcity talks. Abundance observes. When you need something desperately, you broadcast. When you're abundant, you're selective. So the strategy isn't to pretend you're rich, it's to stop behaving like you're waiting to be saved. Needy people rush. They talk fast, walk fast, respond immediately, interrupt, fill silence with noise. Abundant people move deliberately. Practice this. Speak 25% slower. Walk like you own the building. Let silence exist. Pause before responding. Never chase. Scarcity over. It explains. Power states. Compare these two messages. The needy version says, "Hey, I know you're super busy and I really don't want to bother you. But I was wondering if you have time, possibly this week, if it works for you, we could maybe grab coffee. No worries, if not." The powerful version says, "Coffee Thursday at 3, let me know." One person is begging for time, the other is offering it. Now, here's the unsexy truth about financial discipline. You can't radiate abundance while borrowing small amounts, paying late, talking about money problems publicly, checking prices nervously, or asking for discounts on everything. This doesn't mean be rich. It means be disciplined, pay on time, or early. If you must borrow, don't make it a habit, and never make it your identity. Keep financial stress private. Why? Because every microsignal compounds. This sounds weird, but control your emotional leakage. Needy people smile too much, seeking approval. They look sad for sympathy. They exaggerate reactions for validation. Powerful people maintain a neutral resting face. They smile genuinely when appropriate. They control their reactions. Your face shouldn't beg for approval. Your face is a broadcast. Make it intentional. Now here's the big one. Stop emotional oversharing. I'm not saying be fake, I'm saying be selective. Post outcomes, not wounds. Post lessons, not breakdowns. Share victories privately with real people. Process struggles with a therapist, a journal, or one trusted mentor. Don't make the internet your emotional dumping ground. Because every public breakdown is a status signal. And the signal says, I'm not okay. People respect struggle. They don't respect broadcasting it. Final, tactical move. Delete these phrases. Hopefully, maybe, if possible. Sorry to bother you. I was wondering if, would it be okay if, double quotes, replace them with these? Here's the plan. Let's proceed. This works. Following up. I'm doing this. This is happening. Same meaning, different energy. Now, for the twist. The part nobody wants to say out loud. Here's the dangerous truth. When you stop looking low status, you stop choosing low status situations. Let me explain. When you carry yourself with abundance, you don't accept disrespectful jobs. You don't tolerate toxic relationships. You don't beg for opportunities. You don't settle for scraps. And here's what happens. Better posture leads to better decisions. Better decisions lead to better networks. Better networks lead to better opportunities. Better opportunities lead to better money. It's a loop. And it starts with energy. The paradox is this. You don't rise when you get rich. You get rich when you stop behaving like someone who is waiting to be saved. Think about it. That's why some people get a windfall and still lose it. They got the money, but kept the scarcity mindset. That's why some broke people become millionaires. They changed their energy before the money arrived. Here's your homework. Record yourself having a normal conversation. Then, watch it back and count. How many times do you apologize? How many times do you seek approval? How many times do you over-explain? How many times do you interrupt yourself? How many times do you look needy? You'll be horrified. Good, because you can't fix what you can't see. And here's the hardest part. Changing your energy feels wrong at first. It feels arrogant. It feels cold. It feels like you're being an asshole. You're not. You're just unfamiliar with boundaries. You've confused kindness with people-pleasing. You've confused confidence with arrogance. And you've spent so long apologizing for existing that existing without apology feels rebellious. But here's what happens when you commit. At first, people get confused. Why are you different? Then they test you. Are you serious? Then they adjust. They treat you differently. Then new people enter your life. They respect you by default. Because respect isn't about being liked. It's about being clear. Clear on your value. Clear on your boundaries. Clear on what you tolerate. So let me leave you with this. The world doesn't owe you respect. And you don't owe the world your need. You can walk into every room asking for permission, or you can walk in assuming it. You can broadcast your desperation, or you can radiate quiet certainty. You can explain yourself to everyone, or you can exist and let them wander. The choice is yours. But understand, energy is currency. And the moment you stop spending it on approval is the moment you start investing it in power. The world doesn't hate the poor. It hates the energy of need. So stop needing. Start being. For 7 days, speak slower, explain less, and walk away once. Then watch how people change.